Well, some new information. Drivers around the area have been feeling those effects, as we've been telling you, but there's another group of very important vehicles that are out and about on the roads every day that we need to make sure have the fuel. Our first responders, our law enforcement, the very people that we want to be able to have that access because they need to get to us when we have emergencies.
Let's head out to Carrie Weimer. Now, Carrie, we didn't see any fist throwing yesterday with you out there on Gas Frenzy Watch yesterday, and today it's a lot calmer, it looks like.
Yeah, you know, out and about today, I actually found gas without a problem. I didn't see any fist fights. I didn't get any, so that was good. But you know, there's something that people aren't thinking about, and that is fire trucks and police cars, ambulances. You may think that they all have their own fuel supply right at hand, so they won't have any problem getting out to calls. But depending on what area you live in, that may not be the case.
It's kind of scary in the sense of how frantic people were acting. We had people come in and buy our entire stock of gas cans.
The assistant manager at Clippers Exxon off of Highway 29 in Welford told us today they were nervous when their gas supply got low. The general manager says she wanted to make sure their local law enforcement was covered.
To help the police out, I told them that I would save gas for them so they could actually get to calls, and if people actually needed them in a serious situation, they could be there.
It absolutely relieved a lot of my fears and worries, and to know that our officers in Welford was going to have gas and not have to worry about it was a huge relief for myself.
We wanted to look out for them because they look out for us.
While some county and city officials have their own fuel supply, many, like the Welford and Inman police departments, have to rely on public sources, just like you and I.
To have a local company that set aside fuel was absolutely amazing, and we could not tell them thank you enough.
Officials from departments that do not have their own fuel source told us today it limits the amount of patrolling they can do, since they need to conserve fuel for emergency calls.
People frantically go out and buy more and stock up and panic buy, then yes, we're gonna be depleted and we're gonna have issues. We're not gonna have gas to go around.
If everybody would moderately fill up their vehicles and not panic, we'll get through this.
Now, officials want to remind everybody that you can't just go out there and put gas in any kind of container. It's actually illegal. The chief of police in Welford told me today that can mean things like 55-gallon drums, any kind of tote or container that's plastic, maybe a can or a jar. You can't do it. In fact, DOT says if you're out on public roads and highways, you shouldn't have a safety can that's over 5 gallons. So now you know, Cody, Tori.
Yeah.
See, I haven't even filled up yet. See, I'm not one of those panic buyers. I'm waiting.
Slow and steady.